All right. So I think, yeah, let's get started. Again, welcome everybody to our Circular Lunch Club. Today's theme is how to make circular fashion fun and profitable. My name is Gabriella. I am from Circular South Africa, and I will be hosting the session today. And I'm very excited to be joined by Basti from Never New Fashion. She is the founder, and she's going to be talking to us about her work. In terms of the program today, we're going to do a quick intro to Circular South Africa for those of you who haven't heard about us. And then Basti's going to go in and talk to us about how Never New Fashion is making circular fashion fun and profitable. And then there'll be a bit of time left for a Q&A. So just a little bit about what our lunch clubs are. They are short duration sessions, and they're really informal and informative sessions. It's really a platform for this creating conversation about what's happening in South Africa. Circular South Africa.
Up a bit, Gabby.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. But I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
So Circular South Africa is a national platform for the circular economy. We do knowledge sharing and capacitation. We facilitate partnerships and collaboration, and we also partner with organizations to scale the circular economy. So please do check out our website and see all our resources there. And why a circular economy? I think we know that South Africa's extractive-based economy has really led to resource depletion, social inequality, and environmental degradation. And what the circular economy does is provide South Africa with a regenerative alternative. And when we look into the fundamental principles, the first three, which are identified by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, are designing out waste and pollution, keeping materials at their highest value, regenerating natural systems, and then the fourth, which we have added that we find really important for South Africa, is benefiting all members of society. So just making sure that the circular work we do also uplifts the people in South Africa. And a circular economy also provides a cross-sectoral systems approach. So what you'll find is that opportunities across, for example, human settlements, energy and water, or manufacturing and agriculture are all interconnected to one another. And yeah, it's great in that way too. And then just a little bit about textiles. So most textile waste in South Africa still ends up in landfill sites, and only a small percentage currently gets diverted through reuse or recycling systems. Our fast fashion consumption and discarded clothing contribute to growing textile waste streams across our cities and landfill sites. And just a little bit about some circular interventions in the fashion sector. We've got resale, repair, and upcycling models, which help reduce the textile waste, but also extends the life of the clothing products. And what we also see is that circular fashion systems can support local job creation, small business development, and reduce demand for virgin materials. So I'm going to hand over now to Vasti, who's going to talk to us a little bit more about this. And you can share your screen so long. Thank you, and very excited.
So can you see my screen?
Yes, perfect. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Thank you guys for having me on your lunch chat. It's very cool to be here and also to connect with other people that feel strongly about sustainability and creating a circular economy. So Never New Fashion is a passion project for me. I also have a corporate job, but because I have such an interest in sustainability. It is a very strong passion of mine, and very excited how we are building this business and building the community around us. So just to get into it, what I'll just mention is where it started, the mission of our business, where we are now, the impact we're making, some testimonials, and then future plans. So where did it start? We lived in France for 5 years, my husband and I. And when we were there, I used to go to a lot of vintage fairs in London and Paris, and used to shop at all the secondhand and vintage stores in Amsterdam. And it was just, for me, amazing to see how people embrace secondhand and thrift, and just how cool it could be. And then I came back to South Africa, and I found that there's definitely a gap in the market for this. When people think about thrift or sustainable fashion, sometimes it has quite a negative, like old feeling to it. And I really wanted to change people's perspective, to change it into something fun and elevated, that we can all enjoy. So when I came back to Durban, I was working at Mr. Price, and I just realized that we all have such beautiful clothing in our cupboards. Most of the girls are buyers, and they travel all over the world, and we have beautiful things sitting there. And also we only wear things once or twice, when like on Instagram you post a picture and it's done. You don't want to have that outfit again. What happens to all those beautiful things? A lot of times we just give it away, or we keep it in our closet, and we know it's of value, and you don't just want to give everything away. So I decided to start Never New Fashion. I started it at my house in Durban. It was a bit of a spoeg en plak, like you say in Afrikaans. We had my mom helping on the till, my friends helping with the rails. We had 10 rails, and it was mostly Mr. Price girls that came and sold their clothing. It actually, from the first one, it was so successful. People really loved it. They saw that what people bring is very elevated, and it feels, it's not like a normal thrift market. We wanted to keep it a bit premium. We vet everyone that's part of it, so they send us pictures, and we make sure that they've got good quality items that they want to sell. Yeah, and then just focusing on this community of women that we've got around us. Our mission, and I'm going to read some of this so I don't miss out on it, but it is mainly to show South Africans that secondhand shopping can be stylish, fun, and elevated. We're building a business that drives circular fashion, and our mission is really to give every piece of clothing a never-ending story, and creating this community where everyone can make money by selling and save money by shopping. So it's a win-win for everyone. Then the core pillars is to have an elevated experience. So shifting the narrative away from this cluttered thrift store by keeping it highly curated, trendy, and aspirational. So, and then the never-ending story, to keep high-quality garments in a continuous loop of use. Like you were saying, Gabby, to reuse and recycle, and just to keep that loop going is very important. And to move away from the traditional linear take, make, and waste model of fast fashion. And I understand this really well because I worked for fast fashion companies for a long time. So this was almost going the opposite way of what I was doing in my corporate job, trying to make a difference on the other side. And then also a big thing is the economic win-win, providing a dual benefit marketplace where sellers can unlock the value of their wardrobes, and buyers can gain access to international styles and at very accessible price points. Where we are now, we've had 18 very successful fairs in Durban. And then at every fair, there's more than 300 shoppers that come to shop. Since last year, we've done 4 Cape Town fairs. We are launching an online platform and shoppable app very soon. We've got quite a big following on Instagram, and it's growing daily. We've managed to have great partners. So Dove, Ikoka, Saint and Summer, Comfort, Darling, they're all partners, and they sponsor us sometimes, which is great because it allows us to grow this business and grow this concept. So in total, we've done 22 fairs. Why it works, like we said, you find great prices. Shoppers find items at a fraction of the retail price that they will usually find. Unique items, because we have so many vendors. We typically have 30 to 40 vendors at a fair, and it's such a big variety. They're different ages, different sizes, different styles. So when you come and shop at the fair, you find everything there. It's not just going into a Zara and it's all the same. You find unique pieces. A lot of them have stories to tell. Sometimes the girls even put little tags with where they bought the items, what it means to them. So that's what I love. It's putting like a little unique twist on it, and it's taking something that's old for someone and making it new for yourself. And we've loved seeing how the girls style it in their own way. So it's also making money. The sellers unlock what's in their cupboards, and they actually make money. And we've seen what happens a lot is that girls sell at the fair, but they also buy from other girls at the fair. So it's almost like a swap, which is great because you're not wasting new resources. You're just using what's already in circulation. And then sustainable fashion, teaching people that it is cool to be sustainable. It is cool to buy secondhand. So it's a win-win for everyone. And that's, I think, the key to what makes this work. And I think why a lot of companies are a bit hesitant to introduce sustainability into their business, because they always think it will cost the business more money. It's not always true. You have to show where the benefits are for everyone. It's not only for us, but it's also the consumer that benefits out of this. And I think if we can bring this mindset to corporate, it could be amazing. Then our impact, we've sold more than 30,000 items of secondhand clothing at these fairs. And then we're very proud of our partnership with Live Village, especially in Durban. At every fair, we have interns that help us work, and then everything that doesn't get sold, we give to Live, and then that goes back to the Ntumbu marketplace, where they give it to women in the community. The women sell it and also create little business units within their community. So making money out of that and supporting their families. And since the beginning, we partnered with Live, and it's been such a good partnership, just seeing how you can give back and teach people about this. And then some cute pictures of our girlies wearing what they found at the fair. Like I was saying, it's so cool to see someone else. For me, this dress feels old, but when Abby wears it or Gabby puts it on, it looks totally different. She styles in it in a different way, and the girls love posting it. We've got a little hashtag, and we get a lot of user-generated content on our socials, which we love because it really makes this community grow. Then we've also linked up with some influencers, and we do stuff like Girl Dinner, where we bring women from all phases of life together, and we talk about what we do in our corporate jobs, what our passions are, just sort of to network and share and learn from each other. I think it's so important. We also really love supporting other women-owned businesses and startups. We sometimes include them in our fairs, and so it's all about lifting as we rise, bringing people with us on this journey, and creating this community of strong women around us. What is our future plans? So we definitely want to grow brand partnerships. Like I said, we need a bit more sponsorships to make it a bit more viable for us, so we can bring it to Joburg and Pretoria and other cities. We even have plans to take it to Sydney and other countries, because I think it's a concept that can really work well. I've been to a lot of these thrift markets, especially in Cape Town, and what we do is really unique because we've got a one checkout point. So all the girls get tags, each tag gets barcoded. You shop from 30 rails and then you pay at one central checkout point. We also always have like beautiful drinks and coffee and food, and not create like a flea market, but really focus on the clothing. Like I said, we want to expand to more cities, and then we're moving to digital, launching an app. My partners in Durban are launching this app in the next month. So it will be a bit of a competition to Yaga. We just felt Yaga is owned by an international lady, and we need to give her a run for the money, for her money in South Africa. And that is all from me. Thank you, guys. Oh, and can I just add, so we've got our fair coming up this weekend on Saturday. That's our next Cape Town fair. And just so excited to be working with really amazing girls and partners. We've gotten Style Rotate on board, which is another sustainable fashion business. They rent our dresses for events. So they will also have 2 rails at the fair, and I think it's the start of a beautiful partnership between us, 2 sustainable businesses working hard on growing this community together. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Basti. That was really great and so wonderful to hear more about the work that you are doing. I think maybe you can just let people know where in Cape Town this event is, or after the event we can just post more information on that. And
Yes.
I would just like to open up the floor. You guys can raise your hand if you have any questions or want to chat to Basti. You're most welcome to. You can unmute yourself, put on your camera.
Oh, I've got a Mr. Price friend, I see. Nice. What are you doing now, Noctanda?
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for the presentation and well done, Vasti. So currently I am a lecturer at DUT, which is the Durban University of Technology,
Yes, amazing.
in the Department of Textile Science and Apparel Technology.
That's amazing. I must say, when I studied my master's degree in France, and one of our subjects was sustainable fashion, and that was really the starting point of this journey for me, because never before have I really thought about it or learned about it. And yeah, so I hope you're teaching your students about it at DUT.
Definitely I am.
We're also working with FEDISA for this fair. We've got 3 of the FEDISA students interning at the fair, which I think is so awesome. It's also another great collaboration.
Amazing.
Hi.
I would love to Fabrics Unraveled. You're most welcome to unmute and ask your question.
Thanks very much. It's Heidi Cox, but my Microsoft account keeps it under my company name. So hi, good to meet you. Thanks for a lovely presentation, Basti. I am so on board with with thrifting, and you're right, you managed to find the most interesting and unique items in there, and I think that's marvelous. And thanks for giving a platform for it. I think a very basic question I have, Vasti, is I'm based in Durban as well, and please, if you can pop a link somewhere in the chat or something like that, so we can follow you to find out when you're having your events or what platform we can find your stuff on. That would be awesome. I'm curious, is it predominantly sort of home-owned stuff? Because I'm very involved in some international secondhand clothing projects, because importing secondhand clothing causes absolute havoc in some countries.
Yes.
That I'm sure you're aware of, and I'm not going to go into here.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think it's, you know, stuff, say, that's sitting in my wardrobe that I'm not using, as opposed to stuff that's being brought in bulk. You know, it's internal South African stuff. Am I right?
Yeah, no, for sure. So we are so strict on vetting what we sell at the fair. So if we have a new vendor applying to have a rail, she has to, or he has to send me pictures of what he or she wants to sell, and it's all from their own wardrobe. And most of the people involved in Cape Town now, they're all stylists, fashion buyers, influencers. They get gifts a lot of the time, stuff they don't always wear. People that go to a lot of functions, people that buy expensive clothes and only wear it once. So no, it's definitely not any imported secondhand things. It's all from people's closets. Most of the people I know or know through someone. So it's very curated, and that's how we want to keep it.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good way to manage it. That's nice to hear. But please pop the links. Yeah. Sorry.
And then yeah, you can follow us on Instagram. The handle is Never New Fashion. And all the info is there. The next Durban one is actually next weekend on the 6th of June. So it would be great if you could go there. It's at Mount Edgecombe.
Okay, great. I'm in La Lucia, so that's perfect.
It's very close. Perfect.
Lovely. Thanks, Vasti.
Pleasure.
Great, thank you. I just want to check if anybody else has any questions.
I have a question there for you, Vasti. Vasti, I see that mainly is ladies modeling for you. Is it just for female fashion, or do we also get a couple of rails on your show?
No, so we do get guys selling, and usually the menswear actually do really well because there's not a lot of it. So yeah, and also a lot of girls shop for their husbands and their boyfriends, to be honest. So yeah, the menswear do really well, and also kids wear. People buy expensive things for their kids, and they only wear the expensive things once or twice. So it's a great platform to resell and buy things at very good prices.
That's brilliant. I'm happy to hear. Boipelo, you had a question?
Yes, I was going to ask exactly what you asked, so thank you.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, guys. I hope you can all come to one of our fairs soon and follow us on socials to see what we're up to.
Yeah, fantastic. I would love to. I think next time I'm in Cape Town or Durban, I will follow.
Yes.
But I'm
You'll
based
have fun,
in
I promise you.
Amazing. And then maybe just the last question from me is really around, are there any particular partnerships or people that you're looking to collaborate with to grow your business?
Well, I think your business is a great one to collaborate with. But then I think any startup business, any big corporate actually that wants to start dipping into sustainable fashion, because I do think it's going to become regulation in South Africa soon, and like it is in Europe, a lot of the retailers are not really facing it head on, but I think they need to start looking into it, and I think by partnering with someone like us could help them and help their points and see how we can bring that into their business.
Amazing. Great. And then I also see just a comment from Judry from Taking Care of Business. So I really hope that you get in touch with them because we love Taking Care of Business. They're a great circular business. Oh,
Hi.
Hi. Yes. Can I will just get your email after this so we can chat.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, Janine did drop her email. She's the branch manager in Cape Town, so she did drop her email into the chat. So
That
we
will
would
be
love to chat
amazing.
with you.
Yes, that's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Awesome,
guys.
everybody. Well, before we go, I'd just like to share my screen again one more time, and please ask that you guys rate our webinar. This really helps support our organization and the impact that we create. And other than that, I really am wishing all of you a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you at the next lunch club. And thank you so much, Basti, for joining us today.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure. It was so good to meet you.
Thank you, Rusty.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.